Today we are going to try to finish the part 1 of chapter 1, okay, which will cover on how to use the Excel, how to draw the histogram for both the single score frequency table and also the class interval table. So I'd like to use the example 5 data to demonstrate to you how to draw the charts respectively. All right. So let's go to example 5, analyze the question first. Okay, we need to know the requirements from the question. So for this question, the sales data, the telephone sales data are given, okay, which consists of this data, 20 data altogether. Okay. So we call this as the daily sales data of a telephone company in Australia. Okay. And these data are called as raw data or ungrouped data. And these are ungrouped data. Okay. So if you want to draw any histogram or polygon or diagram, you need to classify those data into different classes before you can draw the diagram. You need to transform the ungrouped data into group data first. Okay, that is the first step that you need to do so. Okay, and the question already informed. Each class should only have one score. Single score means one score. One class, one score. Okay, so if you observe the data given, the lowest number is 5. So 5 should be the first class. Okay, score 5 is the first class, followed by score 6. The cell 6 is second class, and the highest number is 12. 12 number of cells. So 12 is the last class. Okay, so the first column is considered as the class column, and is referred to number of cells column. So you need to build this column, number of cells column. First step. Okay, based on the data you have, lowest number is 5. Highest number is 12. And each class has only one number because it's single score already given to you. You should use only single score. Okay. The next step is we need to calculate the frequency value for each class. Frequency here is referred to number of days for this question, number of days, frequency. So you need to count, okay? Among these 20 data, how many data consists of number 5? Only one data. So you put 1. In the frequency. Yeah. So now I move to Excel so that it's easy for us to do calculation. Okay. I hide this so that you're not confused. At the moment, I hide this one. Okay. All right. Then how about 2? For class 2, okay, it's score 6. Cell 6. So how many data consists of score 6 or cell 6? 2 data. Okay. And got 5 days. 5 days. The number of cells is equal to 7 exactly. And got 3 days, the number of cells is 8. Okay, continue the same process of calculation. And for the last class is for score 12. Okay, so in total there are 2 days, the cells able to achieve 12 number of cells in a day. So if you total out all these frequencies, should be equal to get 20 raw data. So this table is called as the single score frequency table. And this is how you build the single score table. By changing from group data to group data. So all these table is called as group data now. Okay, clear about this? Single score frequency group data. Okay? All right. So since we already have a group data, then we can start to draw the histogram. First one, histogram. So how to draw using Excel? You have to highlight the second column, which is the frequency column. You highlight. Oh yeah, you have to unmute. Sorry, I had to remind the students who attend online class. I have to mute your voice. You need to mute your voice for those who attend the online class. Okay. All right. First step. Okay. Then we go to Insert tab. Okay. Choose Insert tab, which is at the top of the Excel file. All right. Then choose this one. Something like a bar chart. You may ask, why for bar chart and histogram we use the same function? Yes, we have to use the same function for this. for bar chart and also the histogram in the Excel. Share the same function. Okay, but the problem is the layout suggested by the Excel, right? Got some weakness, right? Suppose it should not have a gap in between two bars. Okay? Between two bars should not have a gap for histogram. Huh? So we need to remove the gap. Okay, what else? The numbering for x-axis also wrong. Right? Suppose should start from 5 until 12. But Excel use 1 to 8 also wrong. So we need to do correction. Yeah. Anything else wrong? Yes, the x and y axis title also not given to show the whole histogram Excel. So we need to add the x and y axis for this diagram. And the title should be histogram for the helper cells. Okay. So we need to improve a number of things. Okay, so the next step is we need to improve the layout. Layout, that means we need to insert the x and y axis box so that we can add the title. Okay, so what can we do is to go to the quick layout. Quick layout is at the top left-hand side, okay, of your Excel file. Okay, so there are so many layout suggested. We choose layout number 9. Why we choose layout number 9? Because this layout will provide the empty box for you to jot down the x and y axis title. So choose layout 9. Okay, 9. Because this sales data only involve one company, no need to do comparison between two companies. So the legend is not required. Legend can remove. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we want to remove all the gaps among the bars or for each class. So how to remove? Okay. You can move your mouse cursor to any area of the bar. Okay, any area of the bar. So I choose the third bar because it's the tallest, highest. So I choose that one. All right, and then I'll move my mouse cursor, point to the blue bar, and right-click the mouse. Right-click the mouse. Okay. You need to point to any area of the blue area. Okay, and then right-click the mouse. Okay, all right, and then you choose Format Data Series. Last one. Okay, Format Data Series. Then you should be able to see one dialog box appears on the right-hand side of the screen. Okay. Then we choose Get Width. Last one, Get Width. Okay. And go to the empty box and type 0%. Then go back to your diagram again. So you may find that now no more gap between two bars. So far okay? Do you follow this? Okay. Because that's not what online students say too fast. Okay. Okay. Then you may find that the bar seems to be no borderline to differentiate all the classes. So we need to add borderline for each bar, right? So how to add the borderline? Also the same. You move your mouse cursor, okay, to any area of this blue color area. Right-click the mouse. Right-click the mouse. Then you should be able to see one dialog box again. Okay, we choose this one, outline. Okay, and choose black color. Click on this arrow, the scroll down arrow, and choose black color. Okay. By adding the borderline, then at least we can differentiate the classes. So far, okay? So far, so good? Okay. So just now we also mentioned that the score for the x-axis also not correct. This is start from 5 until 4. Right? So how to change these figures? Okay. So we go to this area. Okay. Click on this area. They should be able to see a box. This area should be able to see a box. Okay, move your mouse cursor and point to any area of this box. Right-click the mouse. Right-click the mouse. You should be able to see a dialog box again. Okay, now we have to choose Select Data. Select Data is here. This one. Select Data. Okay. Choose this. Okay. Okay. Once you see this dialog box, click on the Edit button here. Edit this one in the middle of the dialog box. Okay. Now the Excel system asking you then which data you want to select for the X values. Okay, X value should be start from this number. So we can highlight this cell. So for my case, it's B3 until B10. Okay, highlight this cell. Okay, so you may find that now already changed the X value from 5 to 4. So in order to confirm, you click on OK button. I click on OK, yeah, to confirm. Okay. Anything else can be improved? Oh yeah, title can be improved. Okay, this one I remove. Title can be improved. So this one is histogram or telephone cells. Title for x-axis also can be improved. Okay. So what is the title? Title is you using the first column title from the table. Okay, from the table, the first column is number of cells. So you just follow that, number of cells. And how about the y-axis title? Y-axis follow the second column. Okay, always follow the second column. So you can either type number of days. Okay, in this case, it's number of days. Number of days. Or you can also put frequency. Frequency. Okay. Lastly, if you feel that you want to add the border line for the x and y axis, the x axis line and y axis line, yeah, you may do so. How? Okay, for x axis, you need to move your mouse cursor and click on this area. Okay, until you see this box appears. Then right click the mouse by clicking on any area of this box. Okay, then go to format chat area, format chart area. Then you should be able to see this dialog box on the right hand side appears again. So we choose this icon, which is the line and fill and line icon. Fill and line icon, choose this one. Okay, then we choose, go to border, choose solid line. Okay, border, choose solid line, and make sure that the solid line is black color. Okay, I'll do one more time. Solid line, black color. Okay, y-axis also the same. Go to this area, move your mouse cursor to this box area, right click any area of this box. Then go to format check area, go to solid line, then click on the black color. Okay, done, perfect. So far, okay, for the histogram. Okay, so for histogram, make sure that you have the class column and also the frequency column. First column is the class column for X. For the Y, you need the frequency column. This is the Y-axis. This is the X-axis. So far, okay, yeah? Then the next graph is polygon. We're going to use the same data, the same group data, to draw the polygon. Polygon is something like a line graph, okay, to show the frequency of each class. Show the frequency of each class. Okay, let us try to use this group data again for drawing the polygon. Okay, so how to do so? You need to select this column. This is the frequency column. Select this. Okay, then go to insert. Okay, because polygon is also look like a line graph. It's the middle point of each class. So we choose this one now. This one. Okay. Choose 2D now. Okay. Then you can try to improve also the layout later on using the same method. Yeah. But the problem is, you may find that like for this polygon, it's hanging without touching the x-axis. So if you want the polygon to touch the x-axis for both ends. You can do so. How? That is, you need to add two more coordinates. Okay. The first coordinate is before the first class, and the second coordinate is after the last class. So that right, the whole polygon will touch the x-axis. This is also okay, but maybe it can be improved again. Okay. So what you can do is you can go back to your table again. You can create another table. This one I remove now. Okay. We can have additional table. My table is here. This I hide first. So what can we do is we can build additional table by adding one row. Okay, one row. This one I hide this one first. Okay, so how to do so? Then okay, we can add one row here. Okay, and what is the number of cells that we should put? We should put 4. Okay, why? Because we want to keep consistent score difference between two classes. Because between the first class and the second class, the score difference is 1, right? 1. So probably the additional class should have a score difference with the first class of 1 as well. So it's 4. Okay. Then how about the class after the final class then? Which is this one. This class. So this class we should give 13. Okay, 13. Because after 12 it should be 13. Follow the frequency, the same sequence. So this I use rate. Rate. Then how about the frequency? Frequency for the additional new classes should be 0. No frequency. Put 0. Right. So these are the two rows that we need to add when we want to draw polygon. Two more coordinates. First coordinate is before the first class. Second coordinate is after the last class. Okay. So far so good. We add two more coordinates or two classes. Why? So that the polygon will touch the x-axis at both ends. Okay. All right. So how to draw the polygon now? Also the same. We highlight this column, second column. Then go to insert. Then choose this line graph. Okay. Then we have to improve the. Okay, you may find that now the polygon is already touching the x-axis for both sides. Okay. So what is the next step? Next step is to improve the layout. Layout is we can go for quick layout. Choose layout number 10 because this layout pattern will provide the x and y axis column for you to jot down the title. Yeah. Okay. So legend on it, delete. Title can start to improve. This one should be polygon. Or this is the telephone cells. X-axis title should be follow the first column, number of cells. Y-axis title follow the second column, number of days, or you can put frequency. Okay. Then the number here also the number in the x-axis also not correct. We need to make amendment. Suppose should start from 4. Should be 5 here. Here should be 5. Okay. So now we need to improve this. It suppose should start from 4, not 1. Okay. So how to improve the numbering? How to do the correction? Okay. So you move your mouse cursor to the x-axis. Okay. Click on this area until you see a box. Click on any left click your mouse, and you should be able to see a box, something like this, in the x-axis. Okay. Then right click the mouse by pointing to any area of this box. Okay. Then you choose select data here, this one, in the middle of the dialog box. Select data. Okay, then we click on edit button. Okay, then what is the axis label range? That will be the x values. So we start from 4 until 13. Okay, highlight these cells, then click on OK. Okay, so you may find that the numbering for x-axis already changed. The scale for x-axis already changed. So to confirm, click on OK. Right. Lastly, if you want to improve again, you can try to add the line for x-axis and y-axis. So also the same. In order to add the x-axis, move your mouse cursor by left click, by pointing to any area of x-axis here, left click. Once you see this box, right click the mouse on any area of this box. All right, then we choose format check area. Okay, then you should be able to see the dialog box appear again on the right hand side. Okay, the format chart area. Okay, we choose border and choose the solid line and choose black color. Okay, it cannot appear, then we do it one more time. Okay, y-axis also the same. Move your mouse cursor by left click to any area of y-axis until you see a box. Okay, a small box in the y-axis, then right click the mouse by pointing your mouse to any area of this box. Then choose format chart area. Okay, then go to this border and line icon, choose solid line and choose black. Okay. Okay, if the black line is not there, we have to do one more time. Okay, done. Okay, perfect. Now, so in short, remember, if you want to draw a polygon, make sure that you add 2 more classes. Okay, the first point is before the first class, and then the second point is after the last class. Okay, so that your polygon will be able to touch the x-axis. Okay. Touch the now. So any questions so far for polygon? Okay, next is ogive curve. Ogive actually is to show the cumulative frequency for all of the classes. So if there is the case, that means that your y-axis for ogive curve now should be cumulative frequency. Okay, we need to plan first. So in order to draw the ogive curve, we need cumulative frequency column, but now we don't have. We only have frequency column. We do not have the cumulative frequency column at the moment. So we need to add one more column, which is called as cumulative frequency column. Okay. Okay, so for cumulative frequency column, how to do? This one I delete first, so that you're not confused. Delete this. Okay, this one I delete also. You need cumulative frequency column. So how to calculate the cumulative frequency column for the first class? Okay, so from this data, we know that there is one day, the number of cells is equal to 5 or less than 5. Okay, so cumulative frequency is 1. And how many days the number of cells is less than 6 or equal to 6? Answer is 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. So you get 3. 3 days. So there are 3 days. The number of cells is equal to 6 or below. Okay. Then how many days the number of cells is equal to 7 or below? Answer is 5 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so you get 8. Next class, how many number of days cells is equal to 8 or less than 8? Answer is 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so that means I have to sum out all these 4 numbers. So, or you can use 8 plus 3, you'll get 11. Next will be 11 plus 2, 13. Class, the cumulative frequency is 13 plus 3, so it's 16. Next class is 16 plus 2, you'll get 18. Okay. Last class is how many days the number of cells is equal to 12 or less than 12. Answer is sum out all these numbers. Okay, or you can use 18 plus 2. So answer is 20. So make sure that the cumulative frequency in the last class is exactly equal to the total frequency. Okay. So in this case, it should be 20. Must be aligned. These two numbers must be aligned. If not aligned, that means you have miscalculated some of the data, or maybe some of the data has been calculated 2 times, double counted. Okay. So make sure that you check must be aligned for these 2 numbers. So far so good, huh? Okay. For cumulative frequency, another issue is for a curve. We need to add 1 point before the first class so that the object curve will touch the x-axis. Maybe I can show you. This is just demonstration. Okay, let me copy this one. Copy these values. Okay, and also the cumulative frequency value enough. I copy this. When you copy, use the 1, 2, 3 values only. All right. So in order to draw the object curve, we need these 2 classes. We need these 2 columns only. These 2 columns enough. I'll use out-of-fit column width. This one I delete. Okay. Don't follow me first. I just want to show you. If you don't add additional coordinate for drawing the object curve, then what is going to happen? Okay, let me demonstrate to you how to draw the object curve. Okay, I highlight this and then go to insert. Then go to line again, because object curve is also a line. Okay. Okay, this is object curve, but the problem is for this object curve is also hanging without touching the x-axis on the left hand side. Okay. So if you want to let the object curve touching the x-axis, you need to add one more point. Okay. You need to add one more class before the first class. Okay. Otherwise, the object curve is hanging. So we have to go back to the table again in order to add one more class. So insert one more row, which is the row before the first class. Okay, we need to add one more row. Okay, what is the number we have to put for the number of cells then? It should be 4. Okay, follow the sequence in order to keep consistent difference of the score between 2 classes. Right? So we put 4. How about frequency? Any days the cells is equal to 4 or less than 4? Answer is no, 0. There is no any day whereby the cells is equal to 4 or less than 4. So frequency is 0 for this class. So other classes, the frequency remain the same. Make sure that you use cumulative frequency, right? So now we can start to draw the object curve. Okay, we can select this column, the cumulative frequency column. Then go to insert. Choose this line graph. Choose 2D. Okay. Yeah, you may find that now the object curve start from the x-axis. Okay, start from the x-axis point. Otherwise, it's hanging. Okay, so the layout of this object curve need to be improved, need to be further improved. So we need to search for the appropriate layout format so that we can add the title for x and y axis. Okay, legend no need delete. Anything else? Okay, title we change first. Huh? We change this one. Okay, the major title is ogive. Or this is the telephone sales. X-axis title, you follow the table. Huh? It's number of sales. Y-axis title should be cumulative frequency. Cumulative means total. Okay, total frequency. Okay. If you want to further improve, make it more perfect, then you can add the x-axis and y-axis line. Huh? So also the same, if you want to add the x-axis line, you go to format axis. Choose this one, the border and line icon. Choose solid line. Change to black. Okay. Y-axis also the same. Go to solid line and change to black. Okay. So in short, if you want to draw the object curve, you need cumulative frequency color. Okay, as the y-axis. This is the x-axis. And besides that, you need to add one more class before the first class. Okay, so that the object curve will touch the x-axis or start on the x-axis. And the frequency for the additional class is 0. So far, so good? Okay, yeah? Any questions so far?
Number of cells, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, haven't changed. Correct, yeah, okay. So we haven't changed the number, yeah, for x-axis. Okay. So this one is not correct. We need to make changes. So we need to highlight this area. When you see this box, you right-click the mouse. By clicking on this area, any area of this box, then we choose select data. Then click on edit button. Okay. So the x-axis value we should start from 4 until 12. Until here. Okay. Then click on OK button. Okay, you can check again. Okay, correct. Then click on OK to confirm. Okay. Okay, next example is we are going to learn how to draw histogram object curve and also the polygon if the data are grouped in the class interval form. Class interval means each class consists more than one score. Okay, one class has more than one score, and then the way to form the frequency table will be different. Okay, I like to use example number 6 as example. You can refer to the PowerPoint slide. This is example 6. This example. All right. So we need to understand first the question record and also the data, the meaning of the data given. So this question provides 40 data. Okay, that shows the number of bicycles sold by a local store each week during a 40-week period last year. So what is the meaning 44? That means that in a particular week, there is 1 week, the total number of bicycles sold is equal to 44. 44 bicycles being sold in a particular week. Okay. And then the highest number of cells is the daily, the weekly cell. This is the weekly cell. Is 89. 89 is the highest weekly cells. 44 is the lowest weekly cells. So you may find that the data range at EC2 is like very a lot of numbers involved. If a lot of numbers involved, then it's better not to use the single score of frequency. But we can classify this group data into classes by using certain range of number in each class. Before we go histogram, polygon, and so how to do so? At first, we need to decide how many classes required. Okay, how many number of classes required in order to group all these 40 data. This is only a rule of thumb. It's only a formula that's suggested. Okay, not necessarily have to follow, but will give us some idea on how to decide number of classes required. Okay, so what is the formula? Formula is using log n divided by log 2. Log 2 is a constant number for this formula. N is referred to number of data given. Okay. N is the number of data given. So for this question, there are 40 data. As a result, we will substitute 40 into the n. Okay. You can use Excel to calculate the value, simplify the value. Log 40 divided by log 2. You'll get 5.32 or log 6. So you need about 5 to 6 classes in order to classify this 40 data. Okay. You need 5 to 6 classes. Okay, maybe we can show you also how to calculate the log value. You can use Excel to do so. I just simply open one. All right. Let's say, okay, formula is log. You type log. When you type log, right, you can see log here. You right click this. Okay, left click the button. This one. Left click this formula. Then type 40. Because we have 40 data, right? Divided by log. Okay, left click this formula 2 times. 2. Press enter. So it's about 5.32. About 5 to 6 classes required. Okay, so that's the first step. Then the second step is to identify the class size for each class. Class size means how many numbers should be included in one class. Okay, class size or class width. So what is the formula? Formula, you can use the highest value of the data minus the lowest value of the data, then divided by number of classes that you have calculated in step 1. Okay, so for this question, the highest cell is 89. Lowest cell is 44. And then the number of classes, okay, just now we try to use 6. Okay, we use 6. You can use 5 also, okay. Use 6 also, okay. 5 or 6 is up to you. Decide based on experience. Because this formula only provides a sort of idea only how to identify the class width. This is only one idea, not exactly related in one. Okay, you need to decide based on experience. Okay, if you simplify this equation, you may find that it's equal to 7.5. It's about 8. So that means one class should have 8 numbers. Okay, one class should include 8 numbers in the class. But if you put 8 numbers, it's not so nice in one class. Why? It's very hard for you to do analysis later on. Okay, usually the class width we use like 5, 10, 20, 100. These are figures that will be more easy for you to do analysis. Okay, so I would suggest in this question it's better to use 10 instead of 8. You can use 8, but it's very hard for you to divide and also analyze the result of the pattern. Okay. So I would suggest we use 10. So that means there will be 10 numbers in one class. Okay. 10 numbers in one class. Okay. So according to this data, we have the lowest number is 44. Not necessarily we have to start from 44. Not necessarily. Okay. So for this case, we can start from 40 instead of 44. Even though the lowest data we have is 44, but we can use 40. So 40 to 49 can be considered as first class. 40 to 49 consists of 10 numbers. 40, 41, 42, 49, 10 numbers. So any cells value, therefore within 40 to 49 should be the first class. Okay. In order to keep consistency, so that means the second class should have also 10 numbers in the second class. So let's start off 50 to 59. Continue the same process until the last class, 80 to 89, because the highest number for this data is 89. So we can just stop until this class, 89, stop. Okay. It's still not able to cover the highest number, then we can make one more class. That will be 90 to 99. If you have any sales data greater than 80, we can add one more class. That will be 90 to 99. But for this question, we just end until 80 to 89 class. Okay. So this is how you form the class column. So far so good. Okay. Yeah? This is only the guideline, the formula, identify the number of classes and class with only the guideline. Okay. And for your project, you need this skill. You need this skill. Okay. For your project 1, question number 3. Was that okay? Okay. Then next is we need to identify the frequency column. Frequency column. So this question is referred to number of weeks. Frequency is referred to number of weeks for this question. It's a frequency column. So you need to go back to your raw data and check how many data or how many cells the weekly cells are within 40 to 49. You need to check, okay, one by one. So what can you do is, in order to make your job easier, you can copy this raw data, the original raw data, copy, right, and bring to Excel file. Arrange the data in the Excel file nicely so that it can easy for you to analyze the data. Okay, I put here temporary, right? I put here. Okay. When you paste the data, right, you may find that the format, the arrangement of the raw data are in this form. But in this form, then the Excel cannot read properly. Cannot read. Okay? In Excel, you must arrange data in the vertical form. Vertical form means top down. Okay, from top to bottom. And you need to list or arrange the data, the raw data, into vertical form in the Excel file. Otherwise, Excel cannot read. So I'll show you how just this is one way, one of the ways that you may use in order to sort the data. All right. So let's say now I want to change this row number into vertical form. How? So I highlight this, copy. Let's say I want to paste somewhere here. Okay. When I paste, I use this one, transpose. Okay. Use transpose. There are so many formats we can use. We use transpose to paste the data that we copy. Okay. Second row also the same. Copy and paste using transpose format. Okay. Continue the same process for other rows. Copy, paste. Okay, last row. Okay, so once the data already be arranged in the vertical form, the next step is to sort the data. How to do that? Okay, in my case is in row N, N. Okay, so you can just highlight the whole column. Okay, click on the data tab and arrange the data from smallest to highest. So we use this one. Okay, A to Z. Yeah. So the data now already been sorted or arranged based on value from smallest to highest. Okay. So the next step is we want to calculate the frequency, right? For each class. This one I hide. Okay, so we know that from 40 to 49 is considered as the first class. So I want to count how many numbers are between 40 to 49. So I use count function, COUNT. Choose this one. Left click 2 times. So I highlight this to count how many numbers. 10. Okay. So there are 10 weeks. Okay, the cells, the bicycle cells are within 40 to 49. Okay, how about 50 to 59? Okay, also the same count. Seven. For the third class, huh? Seven. Okay, and then the last class consists of only two numbers. Okay, so it's 2 for the last class, 80 to 89. Okay, so now is you need to type all this frequency value into the frequency table like this. This is what I have first, so that you're not confused. So now you need to key in the frequency value for the second column. Key in this, okay, manually. So far so good for frequency column. Okay, so number of weeks is referred to frequency column. So we already have the class column and frequency column. So far, okay? Okay. If you observe the class interval, you may find that the upper value of the first class and lower value of the second class is different. That means there is a gap in between the first class and the second class. Right? There's a gap. So that means that for 49.1 to 49.9, there is no place for us to put. And then for histogram, we should not have any gap in between two classes or two bars. Should not have any gap. So that gap, we have to cross it. We need to cross the gap. Okay. There are a few ways, but I'll follow the degree subject method. That is, I'll just increase this one, change the upper number to upper boundary. Now it's up. We call this as the upper limit. We need to change the upper boundary so that the number will be equal to the lower number of the next class. Okay. So how to do so? In order to do that, this one I'll put it less than or equal less than 50. Something like this. I'll show you. This I copy first. Okay. Okay. So for this one, 49, we need to change to less than 50. Second class also the same. The lower number remain the same, but the upper number we need to change to less than 60. Next class, this one change to less than 70. So continue the same process for other classes. Okay. So now these classes are called as boundary classes. Okay. These are limit classes, and these are boundary classes because one more gap. Boundary classes. So make sure that you adjust the classes into boundary classes when you want to draw histogram. If the classes already given in the interval form, make sure that there is no gap in between two classes. So far so good? Okay, so now we already have two columns, the class column and also the frequency column. Then we can start to draw the histogram using the Excel file. Okay, because the classes are already given in the interval form, so when you draw the histogram, you may select two columns together. All columns can be selected. Just now the frequency score column, we only select the second column, right? But for interval classes, we can select both columns when we want to draw the histogram. Huh? We select both columns when drawing the histogram if the classes in the interval form. Okay? If in the single score form, we only select the second column. Yeah? If in the interval form, then we can select two columns. Okay, let us try. Yeah? Highlight these two columns and then go to insert. Okay, go to click on this. Okay, and select 2D. All right. So let us check. For the x-axis, the value okay, huh? Correct, huh? System. Y-axis also okay, the frequency value okay. But the gap we need to cross, the gap we need to cross it. And we need to add title for both Y and x-axis, and also the title for this is wrong. We need to improve. All right. So in order before we improve, we need to change the layout first. Huh? First step, change the layout. Layout, you can go to here, quick layout. Then we choose layout number 9. Okay. Because layout number 9 provides the empty box for you to put the title for X and Y axis. Okay, because this is the weekly sales for one company only. Yeah. So the we call it the legend for this graph can be removed. No need. Okay. Then we can save the space. Okay. Now we want to close the gap. Huh? How? Huh? Okay, move your mouse cursor. All right, by pointing to any of the bars, right click the mouse. Right click the mouse, but you have to point to any of the blue bars. Okay, then we choose format data series. Format data series, the last one. So when you see a dialog box on the right hand side, okay, you choose get width and then go to the box type 0%. And then go back to your diagram again. Yeah. Okay, you may find that no border line for all these bars to differentiate all the classes. So you need to add the line. So right click the mouse by pointing to any area of this histogram. Then choose border line, this one outline. Then choose black color. Okay. What else? Okay, the title need to improve. Title is, this one should be histogram or bicycle sales. How about the title for x-axis? X-axis, you follow that. It should be number of bicycles sold. About y-axis, y-axis is number of weeks. The second column, title. Number of weeks is the y title. Okay. If you don't want to use number of weeks, you can also put frequency. Okay, then lastly, I think it's the x and y axis. So put a line, put line for x axis. So go to this box, click on this box, click on the format axis, go to this border and fill and line, fill and line, and then go to line, choose solid line, choose black color. Okay. Lastly is this one, the y axis also the same. Left click the area of y axis until you see a box. Then right click the mouse on any area of this box. Then choose format area, check area, or you can just directly go to here, change to solid line, and then choose black. Okay, one more time. Okay, already there. Done, perfect. Okay. So this is a histogram. Huh? Okay, polygon. Polygon actually is the middle point of each class. Okay? Polygon show the middle point of each class. If I want to draw the polygon, then in fact I can just identify the middle point of each bar. Yeah. Okay, then I can just link all these points together to show the polygon. Use ruler, so it's straight line, right? But if my father is hanging, right? It's hanging, still not so nice. If you want to improve, you can try to add one more, two more classes. Okay. One point is before the first class. Second point is after the final class. In order to improve the presentation of the polygon. Okay. So now let's try to add two more classes before we draw the polygon. I think for the online students, I need to show to them also. Okay, online students. Online students, because if you see the figure that I draw on the whiteboard, right? In the whiteboard now, it's hanging. Okay, polygon will show the middle point of each class, right? Where it's hanging. So in order to improve this polygon, we need to add two more coordinates in our table. Okay, that will be the first class frequency, first class, and also after the last class. We need to add additional coordinates. Okay, so how to do so? So this one I delete. Okay, now I add the column, the rows. Okay. This one I delete. And okay. So now we need to add two more classes. All right. So this one is the whiteboard. Okay. So the first coordinate, right? It should be up before the first class. So what is the class interval that we should use? It should be 30 to less than 40, all right? So that we can keep the class interval consistent compared to other classes, compared to the initial classes. So the additional class should be 30 to less than 40. Then how about the frequency? 0. That means that there is not any way whereby the number of bicycle stop is less than 40. Okay, so I use the red color. Okay, then how about the second coordinate that we need to add? That will be the after the last class. Okay, so you can, for the class interval should be 90 to less than 100. Frequency 0. I use red color in order to differentiate. So far okay? Okay, yeah. So far so good, Okay, all right. So now we highlight these two columns. Okay, then go to Insert tab. Choose line, line graph. So far okay? Okay. Now the problem is we need, okay, next is we need to add the title for the x-axis and y-axis, and also change the title for the Hall diagram in order to make the Hall diagram more perfect. Yeah? So the layout, we have to choose layout number 10. Okay. So this legend additional no need. As x-axis title, this one will change. Okay, polygon. Vertical cells. Okay. This one should be follow the number of vertical cells. Okay, and then the y-axis follow that number of weeks of frequency. Okay, more perfect now. So you may find that okay, now the polygon now is already touching the x-axis of half at the end of polygon, touching the x-axis. If you want to further to improve again, that means what you can do is you can try to add the x-axis line and y-axis line. Okay, so the same thing for my axis. Go to this we call as the line and border, and choose solid line, black. So y-axis also the same. Okay. Any questions so far? In fact, right, for the polygon, the x-axis is better we use the middle point. Middle point. If you use this, it's also okay. Nothing wrong with that. If you use this cast interval form, it's also okay. Acceptable. Okay. Last one will be the object curve. Okay, object curve. Last one for today. Object curve. Okay. So this one I delete. For object curve, we know that we need the cumulative frequency. Yeah. Object curve, we need cumulative frequency for the y-axis. Okay. The x-axis is still the same. Number of Pacific is the x-axis. Now we need cumulative frequency for the y-axis. We cannot use this column anymore for the object curve. So we need to amend, which is cumulative frequency. Okay, let me hide this one first. Okay, let's say this is the clusters I have. Okay, the 5 clusters that we already developed just now at the beginning. So in order to calculate the cumulative frequency, we need to add one more column. Cumulative frequency. Okay. So for the first class, how many number of weeks the vesicle cells is less than 50? Answer is 10 weeks. Okay. Then the next class is how many number of weeks? The number of vesicles sort out will be less than 60. Answer is 11 plus 10. 11 plus 10. Okay, so get 21. So 21 is sum of 11 and 10. Sum of the frequency in class 1 and class 2. Okay, how about the next class? The cumulative frequency will be the total frequency from class 3, class 2, and class 1. So it's 10 plus 11 plus 10. So answer is 31. Okay, or you can use 21 plus 10 is equal to 31. Next class, the cumulative frequency is 31 plus 7, 8. Okay, or you can use 7 plus 10 plus 11 plus 10. You'll get 38. Sorry. Last class should be equal to 38 plus 2, 40. So please ensure that, right, the cumulative frequency in the last class should be equal to the total frequency. Total frequency for this question altogether 40. It should be aligned. Okay? Must be aligned. This is the way you check your answer. Okay. Okay. So once you already have the cumulative frequency, you can start to draw the algebraic curve. But the problem is, if you use this existing classes, you may find that the algebraic curve that you draw is also hanging. It's not start from the x-axis. Then I can show you now. Okay. Show you this one. Okay. So I copy this column, the first column, to here. Okay. And also the third column only. I only need the first and the third column for algebraic curve. Just press the using value. Okay, so let us do experiment first. I highlight these two columns, and then go to insert. Go to this one, the line graph. So this is the algebraic curve that we have drawn. You may find that the algebraic curve is hanging. It's not start from x-axis, right? Hanging from here. So here is nothing missing. So you need to add one more point before the first class. You need to add one more point, and the frequency is 0. Okay. The class should be 30 to less than 40. You need to add one more point. So we go back to the frequency table again. Before we draw the algebraic curve. Okay, this one I delete because not so perfect. We have to add one more class. Okay, and this class should be 30 to less than 40. And then how about the cumulative frequency? 0. I use red color. So this is the row that you need to add when you draw the algebraic curve. Okay. So let's try now. Highlight these two columns. Go to insert. Go to this line graph. Click on this. Okay. Okay. So once adding additional coordinate, you may find that the algebraic curve now is start from the x-axis. Okay. Okay. Then the next step is to improve the layout, improve the presentation for this algebraic curve. So what can we do is we can choose the quick layout by choosing this one, layout number 10. Okay. Delete the legend in order to save the space. Title change to algebraic. This is the bicycle cells. And then the x-axis title follow that number of bicycles. Always follow the first column, the title. And then the y-axis now, because this is the algebraic curve, so we have to use cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Okay. Lastly, you can draw the x and y axis. You can draw by yourself now, because I already mentioned many times on the steps to draw the x and y axis. Remember to draw, right? Because got marks for your project. Okay. So for your project, you need to draw the x and y axis also in order to get full mark. Okay. So in short, Okay, in short, this week, what we have learned. For the application part, I'm going to discuss on how to use the histogram, polygon, and object curve for further analysis in week 3. Okay, so far today, we already learned a few things. Okay, maybe we can start on the Monday one. So on Monday, we already learned the difference between the qualitative and quantitative data, right? Besides that, also we also learned how to further differentiate between the quantitative discrete and quantitative continuous data. Okay, then that followed by how to use the qualitative data to draw bar chart and pie chart for qualitative data. So make sure that when you draw bar chart and pie chart, make sure that you should use the percentage frequency value. So that means your frequency value must convert to percentage frequency. Frequency value must convert to percentage frequency when drawing bar chart and pie chart. Okay, for qualitative data. Okay, for quantitative data, you can use line graph to present your quantitative data. Besides that, today we also learn how to use histogram, polygon, and mosaic curve to present the quantitative data as well. Alright, so make sure that for histogram, if the classes are in the interval form, make sure that the classes are converted to boundary classes. That means the upper number have to adjust to upper boundary. Okay, so that the first class upper value is equal to the lower value in the second class. Okay, make sure that you adjust for the classes for the x-axis. Okay, and then for the y-axis, make sure that you use frequency for histogram. For polygon, the x-axis can be the boundary classes also. Make sure that you convert to boundary classes, or you can use midpoint of each class also. Okay. And then the y-axis should be frequency. Lastly, the other.
Do we use the, like, for example, this one was only 20, so it's like 1.
Suppose we have to use the one already adjusted.
Oh,
So the one already adjusted.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Have to use adjusted one. Or you can use this one. Boundary class. Okay. Lastly, okay. For polygon, make sure that you add 2 more points. Before you go to polygon. The first point is before the first class. Second point is after the final class. Okay, and 2 more points so that your polygon is touching the x-axis. Okay. Lastly, object curve. Okay, object curve. For the x-axis, you have to use the upper boundary of each class. Upper boundary of each class, or you can use boundary class also. Okay, it's a couple as well. Make sure that you change to boundary class. And for the y-axis is using the, you can use either cumulative frequency or cumulative percentage frequency. Depends on the question. If the question does not inform, then you use cumulative frequency. Okay. But some of the tutorial questions you may find that is you have to convert to cumulative percentage frequency. That means the frequency value is to change to percentage unit. And for object curve, you need to add 1 more class also. That is before the first class, you need to add 1 more point so that your object curve will start on the x-axis. Okay. So these are the things that we already learned in week 1. So any other questions before we go out there? So coming in, we are going to analyze the ungrouped data, how to measure those ungrouped data in week 2. So at the moment, week 1, you can try the exercises question. So some students ask me how to get the exercises question. You can go to Canvas. Okay. You can go to Module. Okay. Then go to week 1 tutorial. Okay, then you choose chapter 1 analysis tutorial file. So this tutorial question will be used for 3 weeks. Yeah. So this week you should be able to complete exercise 1.1. Okay. Until exercise 1.6 if you got time, okay? But the most important should be this, make sure that you know how to differentiate quantitative, qualitative, discrete, and continuous. This one very important, okay? You try this one. If you got problem, then we can discuss during the next lesson. You try this one, very important. This one is for you to practice only practical, practice at home, okay? And the lecture notes you can get from module also. You can go to modules. Go to week 1 lecture. Lecture notes is here, okay? This one, the first file. This is only extra reading. If you don't read, it's okay. It's not compulsory. Okay. And then for your tutorial, okay, for your this project, make sure that you choose the members who are from the same group. Let's say you are tutorial 4, right? Group 4. So make sure that you choose your members from this group. Okay, from this group, must be from this group. So some students already decided the title. For the title of the project, you have to discuss with me first. Okay, ask my opinion before you can proceed. Like for instance, just now the tutorial group, some students already decided the topic. So once I have already approved your topic, then you can just go to discussion. Okay, then you go to here, field work project. Okay, then you can type the details of your project title and also your group members. I show you my last semester students. How did they do? My last semester student. Okay. Okay, like this. Group 1, Dion. So he put his survey question, right, number of Instagram followers of Swinburne Sarawak students, and then he also lists down the group members. Okay. If you temporarily manage to get 3, you just put 3 first. Maybe in the future there are some more members want to join you, and then you can just add later on. You can just edit. The leaders can just edit the discussion here. Okay. Let's say you have other group members, you can just add by going to here. You can click on these 3 points here and then add new members. Okay. If temporarily you have 3, you just put 3, so that any students who are interested in a topic, maybe they will join your group by approaching your permission to join your group. Okay. So far, any question on your project? Topic you can choose one topic and then discuss with me first, because I want to ensure that your data will be quantitative data, okay, and you are able to collect those data, achievable, okay. Any other questions before we call a day? I'll see you on Monday, lecture week 2. If not other question, we'll just call a day. Please sign your name for your attendance today. Okay. If not, then I'll just say goodbye to you. Enjoy your weekend. All right. Okay, I have to say goodbye to all the. Yes, good question.
Yeah. For those who are how we go to do the project.
You mean project, right? How about if you can choose the group members from your online, like let's say Jasmine, Hui Chi, Sean, Samuel, Missionary, Shan, and also Ji Xiong. Maybe you can form 2 groups now. Among 8 of you, you can form 2 groups already. Since you are doing online, all right? Is that okay for you?
Yeah,
maybe
but
8 of you can decide. But then, any other question, Yvonne?
like we have to survey all the students from swing student, right?
Yeah, you can email, okay, or you can using the online meeting chat to survey the student. Not necessarily have to be face to face. Okay, you can collect data through email, to WhatsApp, to telephone call.
Oh, okay.
The data, data means the number, the figure that you get, right? Not necessarily have to be collected through face-to-face. You can contact the participant through email, WhatsApp, or other social media.
Okay,
you know what I mean, Yvonne?
Yes, understood.
Or maybe you can throw observation. Let's say just now the last semester student, this one, number of Instagram followers of Swinburne Sarawak students. So probably for Dion and the team members can just go to Instagram of the Swinburne Sarawak students and then count, okay, how many followers for these Swinburne Sarawak students. Only need to collect 50 data. Like for Dion case, he only need to observe the Instagram for 50 accounts, 50 Swinburne Sarawak students account.
Okay, understand.
In fact, he did not need to go through any interview at all. Yeah. Okay, like let's say, okay, question this one. Daily temperature in Australia over the past 50 days. So for Julian and the team members, they can just go to collect secondary data from some database. No need to go to any interview at all. Just get data from some database. From this, just key in Australia temperature, daily temperature in the past 50 days. Okay, so for this question, no need to go through any survey. Just need to collect secondary data for Julian case.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah. For Esther case also, no need to go through interview at all. Just need to go to online and check the price. Okay, the price of these rooms offered by hotels in Malaysia. No need to interview any people. Okay, just need to collect data from maybe from this how do you call that? There is one very famous booking.com or from this. How do you book the hotel usually? Agoda. Okay, just go to Agoda and check the rental, okay, of hotels provided by hotels in Malaysia. Okay, can go to Agoda or go to this booking.com. No need to conduct interview. So depends on the question you choose. Okay, am I answering your question, Yvonne?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, welcome. Any other questions on the project?
I have another questions.
Yes.
About the calculate of the mode, the mean and the medium. Can we use the Excel sheet calculate it?
Yes, we are going to learn. We are going to learn coming week. In week 2, we are going to learn how to calculate mean, mode, median in week 2. This week is like you need to start to form your group. This week you need to start to form the group and discuss with your team members what is the topic you want to choose.
Okay. Yes.
This is week 1. Coming week we are going to learn how to measure the data that we have collected by using mean, mode, median, standard deviation, variance. That will be covered in week 2. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so before week 3, please make sure that you already form the group, your group members, and also decide the survey topic that you want to do. Okay, so then you get agreement from your tutor. After that, your team members need to key in. Okay, go to the discussion. Go to here, discussion. Where is that? Here, discussion. Okay, go to here, and just provide the details of your team. So once agreed, I'm going to help you to create the meeting link for your group. Okay, I'll create a meeting link for your group also, so that it's easy for you to do discussion since all of you are doing online. Any other questions, Yvonne?
No, thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. So I'll see you on Monday. Okay, everybody. Okay, bye-bye. You want to see your physical students? They are here like this. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, see you. I'll just stop the recording now. Okay. So for all of you also the same. If you cannot come physically, then you can just attend the online class in the future. Okay, see you. Bye bye.